Hi there, you probably can't see me that well because as you can see behind me, I've set up a scene with kind of really good colours and good ambient light, but it's all very low light. Now what I want to quickly teach you is how to capture that ambient light and also make the rest of the photo look quite good. Now there's a few ways of actually taking a shot like this, and most people would just straight away attack it with a camera on automatic settings. Now if the flash doesn't go off, you're going to capture the ambient light, but you're also going to get a very slow shutter speed or a high ISO. That could lead to either a blurry shot from camera shake, or you're going to get grain from a very high ISO shot. But also you're going to have to deal with the problem of colour balance and things like that, and white balance. Because as you can see here, this is very, very low key colours. And this keyboard is actually grey around the edges, but that would probably come out quite orange if you were to take the shot as it is. And like I said, if you're going to take it in low light, you're going to use handheld and get a slow shutter speed. So we've set up a shot here using a tripod to take the shot, just to illustrate the point, but I'm going to take 3 shots. The first shot is going to be just the camera set on auto ISO, so the ISO will probably raise quite a bit. I'm on shutter priority on 100th of a second. Actually, let's change that. I'm going to set that to a 50th of a second so that we capture the ambient light, so it's slow enough to capture the ambient light. But also the aperture is going to go really wide because obviously we're looking at quite a lot of light needed to come in through the camera. And then what we're going to do is throw in flash, because the second thing that a lot of people would do when they see a situation or a scene like this is just to plonk the flash on and take a shot with flash. And what that will do is normally kill all the ambient light, and we'll show you how that works in a second. The last shot I'm going to do is show you how to combine bounced flash with ambient light to get the best image. So let's take those 3 shots now. We've got everything set up, everything's okay. So we've got ambient light from the screen there, the light's behind, there's a little light on the computer, and we've also got whatever light is hitting the rest of the objects in the room. So let's try that now. We're going to take the first shot, you won't be able to see me now, but we're going to take the first shot with 50th of a second, 1.4 aperture, and it's giving me an ISO of 320, so let's take that shot. Now you can see there that we've actually captured the ambient light really nicely. The bright screen on the left has taken most of the exposure, so we could increase the exposure to actually account for that, but what we're going to do is lose the white screen. But we've captured the ambient light really nicely, so you can see there that that setting has worked. We're on a tripod, we've got no camera shake, 50th of a second, 1.4 is a bit shallow for depth of field, so what you could do is increase the ISO and close the aperture down a bit. But for illustration purposes, we're just showing you there that we've got a reasonable shot just from using the camera with no flash. We've captured the ambient light okay. So now what I'm going to do is set the camera with the flash to take another shot. So let's do that. I'm actually going to set it to manual, and I'm going to go to 60th of a second again, and f7.1, let's go to f8. I'm going to switch the flash on, and we're using ETTL, and I'm going to fire it directly at the scene, so it's just going to be a straightforward shot to the scene using direct flash. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so at 60th of a second, f8, auto ISO, which is going up to 400 on manual, and we've got straightforward flash. And you can see there what's happened is the flash has completely killed all of the ambient light. It's lit the scene okay, but really we've killed all the ambient light and there's no pleasing lights anymore. The flash has just dulled all that. Let's have another go at that. Let's increase the flash slightly, take another shot. And you can see yet again, even if we power up the lights from the flash, there's absolutely no ambient light whatsoever. So the next trick to this is to not fire direct flash at the actual scene, because that's what's killing out all the ambient light, and also the fast shutter speed is killing out all the ambient light. So what I'm going to do now is bounce the flash using a diffuser and also use a very, very low shutter speed. So I'm going to set that up. Let's put the flash diffuser on, and we're going to bounce it from the ceiling. And the settings I'm going to give this, I'm still on manual, I'm going to go down to a 1/6 of a second, stay on f8, I'm going to stay on automatic ISO, and I'm going to actually decrease the flash output a bit. Let's see what happens there. I'm decreasing it by 1. So now what I'm hoping is going to happen, the slow shutter speed of a 1/6 of a second will keep all the ambient light in. F8 will control the flash, and we're going to give it just slightly less flash than normal. And ISO of 400, let's see what happens there. You heard there, it was a much slower shutter speed. And if you look at that image now, you look at the difference. The flash has actually lit the objects quite well, quite nicely. They've given them the correct colours, which is grey. We've also kept all the ambient light in the background, and everything is lit absolutely perfectly. So if we just look through those again quickly, the first shot, using no flash but just a slow shutter speed, captured all the ambient light, but it didn't capture the rest of the surrounding things that were in darkness. And also you're in danger of, with a slow shutter speed, getting a very shaky shot. The second shot, where we fired direct flash straight at the scene, killed all the ambient light, because as soon as the light hit the subject, it bounced back and switched off the flash, and it basically killed that exposure. So that, and also we're on a relatively fast shutter speed, or even if you're on a slower shutter speed, the flash still kills the ambient light, so it's no good. So finally, we bounce the flash, we bring the flash power down a bit, but also slow the shutter speed right down and plonk the camera on a tripod. So by using a really slow shutter speed of 1/6 of a second, you've captured all the ambient light. We've got the flash that's lit the subject just enough to actually bring out the detail and the proper colours of everything in the subject, but the ambient light looks absolutely brilliant. So you can use this technique for if you've got a thing like a Christmas setting, where you've got all the Christmas tree lights and you've got all the fairy lights around everywhere. You're in a low light situation, try and use this technique for that. And it's also good to set up for stock photography for this kind of thing. You can make all sorts of lovely little scenes with using beautiful lights, ambient light, and also just ping a bit of flash in, bounced flash, to make the scene really stand out well. I really hope that helps, but the best thing to do, again, is practice. If you've got a flash and a camera, that's all you need. And if you haven't got coloured lights or anything like that, try the same thing with candles. Get some I think they're tea light candles, get some of those or some other candles, set up a nice scene and just practice with your shutter speed and flash output to see if you can combine a really good flash shot with ambient light.